If you are seeing this, if you are receiving it right now, then your highest self, the divine, sent you this for whatever resonates as true for you. I was about to go to the beach and I heard the calling that I needed to come and deliver this message. Whatever you are afraid of right now is stopping and blocking your abundance, whatever you're afraid of. And wherever you are comparing yourself and competing with anyone, anything, including yourself in the past, is stopping you from letting go of those fears. Our fears own us until we take their power away. Until we see whenever a fear, a trigger, an activation, anything comes up that's stopping and blocking us from doing what we want to do, whenever that comes up, we can either let it own us, we can let it take our power, we can let it stop us from doing what we want to do, or, and this is what I encourage you to do, we can see, okay, this fear, this limiting belief is showing me where I'm not free. Great. Because I'm seeing this, because I'm ready to let it be, what it needed to be when it needed to be a fear, when it needed to be something that bothered me, that triggered me, that activated me, that kept me safe, or that stopped me from making silly mistakes like that in the past. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. If it's stopping, if it's limiting you, if it's blocking you, and you're seeing that, you're aware of it, you're conscious of it, you're done with it. And all you need to do is see that. Love it for what it is. Love it for what it was, for what it's done for you. Because every single limitation, every single fear, single negative belief that we have about ourselves had its purpose. It worked. It had to. Do you know how I know it worked? Because you're here. And it's magic and a miracle that you're here. Think of all the things that could have happened any differently and you wouldn't be here right now. But here you are. Even just to you being born, like that is a miracle in itself. And then the fact that you've made it through however many years you've made it through to be here now, how is that not a miracle? So everything before now is magic and miracles. And you're here as the super conscious creator and alchemist of your reality. You get to use all of the magic and miracles that have happened and create a life you love through living it. It's the only thing you can do. You can sit and think about and vision board and plan and script and whatever you want to do. And all of those things I encourage, like they're great. They're great ways to see and feel and connect to and set intentions around what you want to do and get into the energy and the frequency of how you want to live. Like that's great, but you have to live it. You have to live it. So if you're creating all of these visions and you're doing all the things to see what you want to do and how you want to be, and you're following accounts and you're upgrading your podcasts and the people in your life and the things in your circle, you're doing all these things to be at a higher frequency, to live a life you love, but you still have to show up and do it. That doesn't get you off the hook. I was there for a long time where I was in my spiritual ego of like doing the work. I was a yoga teacher, a meditation teacher. I was coaching people. I was taking women on retreats. I was doing all the things. I was doing all the things. I was working with kids. Like I had no self-worth at all. I had none, zero self-worth at all. I did not feel enough. I never felt good enough. Never felt like I was doing enough. And I was constantly seeking and searching for the validation that I was worthy of, even just for a moment feeling good about what I was doing. But if I did in any way, I would then have 10 more thoughts of how I could have done it better. And it was all a part of my journey, and it was all what I was meant to go through, so that now I can be here sharing this with you. But I am here today bringing through this message so that you can hear whatever resonates as true for you. It's the fact that you need to let go. You need to let go and let be what has been and see it all for what it was. And all that it was magic. That is not me bypassing or neglecting the fact that you have been through pain, that you have been through trauma and drama. We all have. And I'm not saying that yours isn't valid. But as long as you keep trying to validate your pain and your drama and your trauma and trying to fix and change and problem solve, you are going to keep being and living in that cycle and in that reality. And it's time for you to move beyond that, to stop competing and comparing and problem solving and fixing and being in all these lower density ways of being. Because when we're in a space and a place of fear, of comparison, of expectation, we're in lower density frequencies. And then when we're there, a lot of the time what we're feeling is shame and blame and guilt, especially those of us that are awake and aware, because we know we're not doing what we're meant to. So then we're grounding and rooting even more into the shame and the blame and the guilt. And it's just this fucking cycle that keeps us stuck. And I'm saying this from experience. If this isn't resonating as true for you, then it's not your experience, and that's fine. You don't have to take it. But for those of you that it is, that this found you for whatever reason, you need to know that it is time. It is time for you to stop living in the fear and the comparison and the shame and the blame and the guilt, and to just start to be as you want to. And you don't need to know what that is going to do for you. You don't even need to know what it looks like. You just need to be here in the now, choosing to do what you want to do. Like I could have, and even now, like I could give myself a million reasons why I shouldn't get on and record a YouTube video in a bikini while people are waiting for me to go to the beach. But it's what felt right for me, so I'm fucking doing it. And you're seeing it now so that I can be an example for you of doing what you want to do. And I'm not saying that you have to put on a bikini and go record for YouTube. All the permission if that excites you. But I am saying live your fucking life. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be, how you want to be, when you want to be it. Stop trying to figure it out. Feel it, do it, live it. It is so much better on this side. And I will keep shaking you guys through this, through showing up daily and like being your example of just fucking living. Stop thinking about it. Stop planning it. You can still think and you can still plan and you can still do all of the strategies and structures and things that serve you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but they need to serve you. If right now what lit you up was to plan out your meals for the week, then I am 1000% encouraging you to do that. It's just that right now that needs to be what you want to do. That's it. If right now I wanted to go next week on a trip, I would probably right now need to book a flight. And so I would do that. But I don't have a trip that I want to go on next week. I want to be here. We just need to do whatever the fuck we want to do. Am I getting through to you? Is this making sense? The reason that this is coming through so loud and clear is that right now, your intuition, your third eye, your knowing is being activated and awakened to a whole new level. I know this is true for you, for whoever's hearing this. And you just need to resonate or follow whatever resonates from this video. And what that is going to do is it is going to unlock a new level of abundance, of not just money. Like money does not create happiness. Money fucking amplifies it. But if you can have all the money in the world, and I have coached many people that do, that have all the things, and they weren't very happy because they weren't happy within themselves. You are here to live a life that you love and are obsessed with, that supports you loving you. That is the purpose. And when you do that, you will be divinely compensated. You'll be given the ideas, the creativity, random downloads into your bank account, like whatever you need. Your frequency and your energy are your highest currency. So when you're living freely, effortlessly, easily as you want to, you are going to attract and magnetize everything that you need to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. And you don't need to know before you get there. You just need to be here now, because you will never actually get there. You will only ever be here. It's my favorite thing to say and talk about, because it's just once you get that this is it, that this is all you got. Once you truly get that, you can't not live it to the fullest. And when you do, and the more you trust, I promise you, everything that you're worried about won't matter. 90 or like 85%, I don't know the exact number, a lot. Somewhere between 80 and 95% of the things that we worry about never fucking happen. Not even close. Not even close. And time is just an illusion. So I'm not going to say we're wasting time, but you're definitely making your life more complicated by trying to fix and figure out and problem solve and worry about the future that never comes. It's always here now. There's memories and things that have happened, but we're only bringing the past here by thinking about it. There's only ever here now. So make the fucking best of it. I wanted my whole life, I have felt this like deep desire. I've had the visions of all the things of literally living a life that I loved, working from my laptop, from a beach. And I've done it. I'm kind of doing it. I'm not on a beach, but I'm very close to one because I live very close to one, in a bikini, in my office, talking to you, telling you to live your best life because I am. But I'm almost 42, and it took me way longer than it needed to be this version of me. And all I needed to do was choose to be the version of me that lived this life that I wanted to. And you are hearing this because it's time for you. I promise. It's the reason that you're hearing this. And if you're still listening and it's resonating, then that's all the confirmation that you need. And as soon as you allow yourself to stop living in fear of what other people will think, I could sit here all day long and think about what people are going to think of me going on YouTube and telling people what they want to do while in a bikini. But I'm not worried about it at all. Old me would have been. And I would have been comparing myself. I mean, like, I don't know anyone else that does this. And people are going to think I'm unprofessional. I'm a channel of the divine. How is recording a YouTube video in a bikini not professional? This is me. This is my authentic self. If I live in fear of how you're going to perceive that or anyone else's and the comments I may get or the thoughts that you may have in your head, like, do you see that that is just keeping us trapped and these prisoners in a reality? And I was there to the depth of it, The amount of fear I have had in my life around what people thought of me is insane. It's insane. So I get it. But I also just want to shake you and tell you to just go and do what you want to do, to have fun, to be free, to live limitlessly. You're ready. You're worthy. You're enough. You have everything you need. You wouldn't be hearing this if you didn't. And if you listen to me, a very large abundance of something is coming to you. Something good. Something really good for your well-being is coming for you if you just do what you want to do. Because the divine will support you, will reward you, will follow through on the law of divine compensation every time that you choose to be you. Okay. I'm going to go to the beach now. I love you. Have all the fun. You are free.